This is Red Carpet Fly's News on the Fly, bringing you daily, unique, and interesting entertainment, celebrity, and luxury news. Before we get started, you know what to do. Like, follow, and subscribe to Red Carpet Fly, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single News on the Fly episode. I hope everyone had a great weekend. It is a new month. We are more than halfway through the year. 2022 is just flying by. Jeez. Anyway, let's get into these headlines. So I want to take some time out to spotlight some of our fallen stars. Over the weekend, NBA legend and civil rights activist Bill Russell passed away. He was 88 years old and he is survived by his wife Janine and 3 children and extended family. During his heyday, Bill Russell played for the Boston Celtics and won 11 NBA championship titles, plus 2 titles with the same organization with him as the head coach and a player at the same damn time. He also was very active in the civil rights movement, speaking out against racism and discrimination. Sending prayers to the Russell family, he will definitely be missed. We also lost Star Trek icon Nichelle Nichols. She is most known for playing Lieutenant Uhura on the original Star Trek series. She was 89 years old. It is reported that Nichols died from natural causes, but she had been battling dementia and Alzheimer's for a long time. As a Trekkie, I take this loss a bit hard. Nichols was the first Black woman to play a lead role on television, and she worked with NASA in recruiting women and people of color to apply to be astronauts. She is survived by her son, Kyle Johnson. Sending prayers to the Johnson family, and live long and prosper, Nichelle. Lastly, Pat Carroll, longtime actress and comedian, passed away. She is probably most recognized for voicing Ursula in the Disney movie The Little Mermaid. She was 95 years old and passed away from pneumonia. She is survived by her daughters, Carrie and Carson. Before voicing that infamous half-human, half-octopus cartoon voice, Carroll was in a host of sitcoms including The Mickey Rooney Show, Getting Together, Busting Loose, and a bunch of other shows. Sending prayers to the Carroll family, she will be missed. You know, weddings and funerals bring out the worst in people, and that is proving to be the case with country music royalty, the Judds. So according to the Los Angeles Times, the late Naomi Judd reportedly left daughters Wynonna and Ashley Judd out of her final will. For those of you who are unaware, Naomi Judd and her daughter Wynonna Judd were among the most popular country duos of the 1980s, scoring 14 #1 hits during their nearly 3-decade career. Earlier this year, mother and matriarch Naomi Judd took her life as she suffered with a lifelong battle with depression. Before Naomi Judd died, she appointed husband Larry Strickland as executor of her estate. Judd was married to Strickland for 33 years. According to court documents obtained by Page 6, he will have full authority and discretion over her estate and will not need the approval of any court or permission of any beneficiary, leaving daughters Wynonna and Ashley Judd out, reports the LA Times. The will also states that Strickland is entitled to receive compensation for his executive duties and that he will be reimbursed for legal fees, disbursements, and other reasonable expenses in the administration of Judd's estate. Judd's brother-in-law, Reginald Strickland, and Vitar and Associates President Daniel Chris will also serve as the estate's co-executors. According to Radar Online, Wynonna is not happy with her mother's will and believes she was a major force behind her mother's success. A legal representative for Ashley Judd did not comment, while Wynonna's representatives could not be reached for further comment. You know, this is so messy and it's kind of suspicious, right? Or is it just me? How are you going to leave out your daughters, especially since you had both a family and business relationship with them? You know, I like country music, and although I wouldn't consider myself the biggest country fan, when I saw these ladies, it didn't seem like they had a tenuous relationship. I mean, I don't know, maybe they did, but this just doesn't seem to be adding up. The girls are the ones who reported the passing of their mother, not the husband or the husband's family. I don't know. It may just be me, but the math ain't mathin'. Something seems very suspicious with this arrangement. Or maybe I could just be paranoid. What do you guys think? Comment below and let me know, is it just me or is this a weird situation? Moving on, this past weekend was the kickoff to Drake's annual OVO Fest, which was held in Toronto. This is the 10th anniversary for the festival, and after a 2-year hiatus due to COVID, Drake is pulling out all the stops. One such surprise was bringing out fellow Canadian Nelly Furtado. Y'all remember her, right? Promiscuous girl, wherever you are, I'm all alone, and it's you that I want. Anyways, according to Billboard, the Champagne Poppy gave the I'm Like a Bird artist a very warm welcome, stating, "The next person's music changed my life so much. I love her with all my heart, so when she comes out, you better show her some effing love too." I'm sure the crowd went wild when they saw her because it's been a minute since we've seen Nelly Furtado. I feel like we haven't seen her since that Promiscuous song dropped. To be totally honest, I was never a big fan of that song. I really liked her older stuff, like her song I'm Like a Bird. I actually first heard about Nelly Furtado on a public access show before she made it big. I was in high school and I remember thinking that girl was going to be a star. I don't know why she abandoned her original sound. Maybe she was trying to chase the money or be more mainstream, but I felt like that wasn't the best move for her career because she abandoned her core audience and they really didn't follow her to that hip-hop pop genre. Anyway, I'm glad Drake brought her out and showed her some love and brought her out during his OVO Fest. Drake was slated to perform with Nicki and Lil Wayne, but has tested positive for COVID, so that concert has been postponed. Sending Drake healing energy and wishing him a speedy recovery. Lastly, do you guys know who Jared Isaacman is? Neither did I, but maybe we should because he just put together a civilian team for a space mission. Isaacson is the founder and CEO of Shift4, and in 2020, his company's IPO made him a billionaire. According to the Robb Report, he earned his pilot's license in 2005 at the age of 22, and just 4 years later, after moving through single and multi-engine instrument ratings to jets, Isaacman broke the round-the-world speed record in a Citation CJ2. Last year, he funded the first all-civilian orbital mission, a 3-day trip using SpaceX and Falcon rockets for transport. Isaacman and his Inspiration4 crew raised over $240 million for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, including $1 million from Isaacman himself. Next, Polaris Dawn, a new 5-day mission, is scheduled to lift off later this year. According to Isaacman, we wanted to show how non-government astronauts could be happy, healthy, and productive in space. Polaris is a series of technically demanding developmental missions that will conclude with the first flight of a brand new launch vehicle Starship. With Polaris Dawn, we will be flying higher than any human being has gone since we last walked on the moon, the highest Earth orbit ever flown. We will also test the first new spacesuit designed in 50 years with an EVA, extravehicular activity, aka a spacewalk, as well as new operation protocols for pre-breathing because astronauts breathe pure oxygen before a spacewalk to avoid decompression sickness, and deploying cube satellites, miniature satellites used for remote sensing and telecommunications. Finally, we will communicate over a new constellation of laser-based Starlink satellites being tested to ensure viability of outer space communications. Those will be key to long-range space flights. He chose his crew through a joint program with SpaceX and assembled 2 talented engineers at SpaceX, Sarah Gillis, the SpaceX lead astronaut trainer, and Anna Menon, a SpaceX managing engineer and mission director of Mission Control who previously worked as a biomedical operator at NASA, and pilot Scott Kidd Poteet, who flew with Isaacman for over a decade and who worked previously as the mission director for Inspiration4. This is so cool. I would love to go into space one day. If you could go into space, how would you choose your crew? If I was ever invited into space, I would definitely be the botanist or astrobotanist, as I could grow some plants, and that is always vital to a crew. The ability of plants to provide a source of food and recycle carbon dioxide into breathable oxygen is critical for astronauts who will be living in space for months at a time. And you also definitely need a pilot and someone that knows weapons, just in case. I'm not saying that, they're out there, but just in case they're out there, you're going to need someone who's on weapons, right? Anyway, let me know in the comments how you would choose your space crew. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you'd like to receive text notifications of when I post News on the Fly episodes or my celebrity red carpet interviews, please send a text to 917-502-4379 and say, "I want to get fly text." Once subscribed, you will start receiving text messages regarding a News on the Fly episode or a celebrity interview. Also, if you have a business product, service, YouTube channel, social media account that you would like for me to promote on my channel, please email redcarpetfly@alexi@redcarpetfly.com to get rates for advertising. Lastly, please like, follow, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel Red Carpet Fly, and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Red Carpet Fly. And until tomorrow, always stay fly.